Hi, Guthel here. It's another video again. Wow, I'm making these things a lot more often than I thought I would. But, that's, you know, sometimes when you got nothing better to do, might as well find something productive to do with your time. So, first things first, I wanted to give a thank out to my ninth subscriber, Alcad455. Thanks for subscribing. Hopefully you'll stay a subscriber and continue to enjoy the content that I am kicking out. Thanks for subscribing. Now, as anybody's noticed, that if you take a look at my channel and you look at my playlists and whatnot, I do have a movie soundtrack listed on there. Um, that's because, like I said, there's movies out there that the music that has come along I've really greatly enjoyed, and the soundtracks is actually not just for movies. I've been adding some video games in there too, with music that I really like. Um, but as anyone knows, most of the times when you think soundtrack, you immediately think movie that goes along with it, and I've always been, since I was a kid, and more recently, like within the past couple of years, I've becoming more of an avid movie buff. Um, I mean, I've seen God knows how many movies over my life so far, and I'm probably going to continue seeing them. And so I figured, hey, why not? It is my channel after all, and the videos I make on here are mine, and they can be on whatever I want. So I figured, why not just do like a movie review here and there? Films that that I've seen and enjoyed to some extent or another. Um, so you're probably not going to see a lot of films that if when I do my reviews, I'm not going to be doing them on films that I don't really like, because if I don't like them, then why bother? So it'll be basically about films that I do like. And I figured the first one I would start out with, which is one half of the Grindhouse feature that Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez did a couple years back. Right here, Planet Terror, which was directed by Robert Rodriguez and also produced by his Troublemaker Studios, and stars Rose McGowen, Freddy Rodriguez, Michael Biehn, Jeff Fahey, Josh Brolin, Marley, Shelton. There are a couple other characters that are played by actors you might not know their names. Tom Savini plays a sheriff's deputy in this, and he's mostly known for special effects work. If I remember correctly, he did actually help out on the special effects for Planet Terror, because I mean, he's an expert in the field. First off, and I can't remember his name, but he's the guy from Lost that plays the what's that name? I mean, I hardly ever watch the show, but he was a former Iraqi soldier. Well, he plays in this too, and he plays this weird, kind of kooky, sadistic bioengineer slash arms dealer. And both of them, like I said, they're bit characters, but they are worth mentioning because they are important to the film. Savini's character basically for helping deal with the zombie apocalypse that happens in the film, and uh, what's his name's character for God, I cannot remember his name for the life of me. I just watched the film like yesterday. Um, for given a reason how the zombie apocalypse starts. So the basic premise for Planet Terror is that it's a zombie film. Okay, starts out in a little town in Texas where there's a military deal that happens. It kind of goes bad. The deal was for this special type of bioengineered gas that a group of soldiers, led by Bruce Willis's character, need in order to survive. Apparently, they were exposed to it, and if they don't have a constant supply of it, they will proceed to start mutating. And Willis's character, as explained in the film, promised his men somehow, some way, he would help find a way to deal with it. And during that deal, the gas gets released, and then proceeds to start the zombie apocalypse that happens in the film. And then after that, it goes to the main characters, which is one of the main ones is played by Rose McGowen. Her character's name is Cherry Darling, a go-go dancer who recently quit her job and is trying to move on to something bigger and better in her life, and kind of finds herself stuck at in a corner about this because she's not sure what all she can do. And the other people that are like in the town, like they have this one character played by Michael Biehn, who's the local sheriff, as he tries to deal with all this. And also on top of that, dealing with a Freddy Rodriguez's character, Ray, who is constantly seems to be getting into trouble, even though he is apparently he's just gotten out of prison. So he's already in trouble for that because, in one scene he actually whips out this huge, massive assault rifle to go and try to help Cherry while he's giving her a ride. And that's basically it right there. It's a zombie film. You really, with a zombie film, you can't really expect a lot out of it. I mean, zombies are rising, they're trying to eat people, and everybody's trying to survive. Well, what makes Planet Terror stick out from the zombie films, first off, is it goes kind of against the grain. For a zombie film, because most zombie films focus on the zombies. This one actually focuses more on the characters, which is actually a nice little touch, trying to add a little bit of a personality to them. The acting for a lot of people, as Rodriguez was trying to bring a little bit more something special to this particular zombie film, is pretty decent. There's a lot of interplay between a lot of characters, like Cherry Darling and Ray. Both of them play off of each other pretty good. I mean, it's even in the back part, it's like it says that they were dating at one point. Josh Brolin and Marley Shelton, both of which played doctors at a hospital, of them just trying to deal with all of a sudden the wave of people that are coming in that later become zombies. And you find out a lot of little things of basically how their marriage is in trouble and just trying to deal with it. And Marley Shelton's character eventually deciding to, well, not even eventually, it's like at the time she was just pretty much, yeah, I'm leaving my husband. So the interplay between them is pretty decent. And Josh Brolin actually, for that interplay, I mean, there's one point in there to where it's actually a pretty creepy scene with a confrontation between him and Marley Shelton's character that is, he pulls it off nicely. And then there's Michael Biehn, Tom Savini, and Jeff Fahey. The interplay is mostly between Jeff Fahey and Michael Biehn, as their characters are brothers, and he is constantly arguing with Jeff Fahey's character over a barbecue recipe and using various dirty tricks to lord it over him to try to get the recipe from him. And then to a lesser extent, Michael Biehn and Tom Savini's characters, as that, he's the sheriff and Tom Savini's character is his deputy, and them just trying to, like I said, deal with the rise of the zombies, which then later leads up to the film's climax. Like I said, plot-wise, that's about it. It mostly concentrates on the characters themselves. Just stuck in the zombie apocalypse. There are a lot of little things that when the film gets going, that help bring the film, make it more entertaining. Like I said, there's a lot of good character play between character sets. And then also on top of that, when you bring into the fact that it's a Robert Rodriguez film, there's definitely a lot of over the top stuff, especially with the action. And there's a lot of decent comedy that goes along with that. I mean, seeing Ray's character leading a charge of survivors trying to escape, and he's riding on a mini bike, which is a bike for a kid, and yet riding down the highway shooting zombies as they're going. There's just a lot of humor there alone. And if it weren't, like I said, if Rodriguez hadn't done it the way he did it, the way he filmed it, there's a lot of things that just would not have been as enjoyable about this. Because, like I said, the way Robert Rodriguez does a lot of his films is they're very over the top when it comes to the action. Um, they do have decent acting in them. He usually gets pretty decent actors for to play the parts. And fortunately, because of that, a lot of the overtop action, special effects, and various filming effects that he used, he has this one film effect that he keeps through the whole film to where it makes the film look like it's been seen several times on a movie projector. It has that scratched up look to it of, the lines constantly going through and this weird kind of fuzziness to it. Although still very, very sharp on the screen, it definitely is. It's something that you will notice. Eventually, you do start looking past it, but it's always there. And because of little effects like that, combined with the special effects and the camera style work that we're all used to from Robert Rodriguez, um, him bringing in a lot of emphasis on the characters as they're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse definitely helps to balance against a lot of things like that. Because if he hadn't done that, what would have happened was we would have probably had a zombie version of The Cell, which was a decent film in its own right, but was so overshadowed by the special effects and imagery and scenery brought into it that the performances of the people didn't matter because they couldn't compete against the film itself. So he did a pretty good job with that, and definitely made it worth watching. Like I said, I enjoyed it a lot. The special effects were really decent. I mean, when you got someone like Tom Savini helping work on the special effects, you definitely know that, especially for zombie special effects, you're going to get yourself a good show. Um, and there was, like I said, a lot of the action scenes were they were pretty good, humorous at times, definitely over the top, especially with Cherry Darling. Um, I mean, what else can you really say about a go-go dancer who has a machine gun for a leg? And like I said, it was definitely an enjoyable film. It's do I think it's worth having? Um, kind of, sort of. Main reason why is it's aimed specifically at a certain target audience. Zombie fans are going to probably like it because it's a decent foray into the zombie genre and offers Rodriguez's take on how that would go. Fans of Robert Rodriguez's work will definitely like this because he's always constantly refining his filming technique. As new technologies come along, he even helps come up with some of them himself. Um, it's like I said, it's definitely Rodriguez's style. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. His stamps all over it. But for your casual movie watcher, this is probably one that falls into the category of Rent. So, um, so if you think that you would enjoy this as a film, if you like zombie films, if you like Robert Rodriguez's work, then yeah, I'd say pick it up. It's definitely worth having in your collection. But if you're more of the casual movie watcher and you only watch like a couple films here and there, probably your best bet is just to rent this and then make your decision. But overall, like I said, I really enjoyed it, um, and I definitely think that it is definitely one worth owning. So. So that's my first review, and hopefully you will find it informative. Thanks for taking time to watch. See you all later.